So now that we've covered our terminology and we've also looked at a small example that's got a couple items for like a local delivery, I want to cover doing a brand new startup clinic. And so this quote that I have here is for a customer outside of the state of Texas. It's going to have new items. It's going to also have some used items, both large and small. And so I put all of this on this quote. It's a pretty common, these are pretty regular items that you would see in a startup, things that we sell and that recommend these particular brands. And then I have both inside delivery and curbside delivery cost. And so I kind of want to break that down and talk about the big advantages of inside delivery, especially when we're talking new clinic startups. So to start off, I want to go down here to the bottom of the quote. Like I mentioned, I've got both inside delivery and curbside delivery. And as you may notice, inside delivery is actually cheaper in this particular case. And I've created this quote to kind of show you that there are certain examples where inside delivery may be cheaper. And so I'm going to kind of break that down. That may sound confusing here at first, especially after looking at the last quote and the other terminology we've talked about. But so I want to start and go through not all of it, but a lot of the big items and kind of help you understand how I'm getting cheaper inbound shipping costs than curbside. And so let's talk, like these first three items is the MK parallel bars, some elliptical, treadmill, things like that. For all three of these items, we order them in bulk. So they're very common items that come into Vonco, and so we'll probably order multiple at a time. And so for that reason, the inbound associated with these is lower than what it would be if it shipped directly from the manufacturer to you. Also, when they ship these large items that are on pallets, when they ship them directly to you, they are required to have a lift gate. They have to get it to the ground and to the curb so that you're able to take it off the pallet and get it inside your clinic. And so once you add a lift gate to these items, it also makes it more expensive. A lift gate can charge anywhere from, depending on the freight carrier, $50 to $150. Then looking at, I've got some big items that are pre-owned on here. And like we talked about in the previous video, these items are not going to have any type of inbound like a new item would. So for these items, there's no inbound associated with it. And then whenever it comes to shipping it to you, if we're bringing all of these items from our warehouse, when we add 3 used items, it makes it no more expensive. We're still driving the same amount of miles. It's about the same amount of hours. So for this, there's no additional cost that we're charging you for these used items. However, and this is the biggest cost difference between this curbside versus inside delivery. If we were to curbside those items, what we would have to do is palletize them at our warehouse and ship them out directly to you, in which that could cost roughly, to Arkansas, I would say somewhere around $300 per pallet. Now, talking about some of these small items, you'll notice here on the far left-hand corner, a lot of these part numbers start with FAB. And so that is Fabrication Enterprises. We get a lot of our smaller items shipped directly from them. And so and we do that for multiple reasons. So we can condense the brands that we use, but also we get free shipping on bulk orders. So when we order hundreds of dollars worth of these small items, in which sometimes we order it for our own personal stock that we have in our warehouse. But whenever I order all these, I'm going to get free shipping on it because it's coming what they call dock to dock. At our warehouse, we have a loading dock that they would be able to ship just one pallet and take it from the truck directly onto our loading dock. When it ships to you, however, it would not be free because it would be required to have some type of lift gate service or they would have to ship these UPS in individual boxes. And so there's costs associated with that as well. All right. Lastly, I want to talk some of the items you see on here, things like the CLIN, which is Clinton, a brand that we get a lot of our wood products from. So staircase, treatment tables, mat tables, things like that. For this customer, same setup. We order these items in bulk. So since we may order a quantity of 10 of these tables, our cost of these tables right here, our cost is going to be much lower per table, because you can get like 10 on one pallet. If it's shipping to you, it's going to be coming, you can put, you know, all 3 of these on a pallet, but you're not going to get per table. It's going to be quite a bit more expensive. And then of course your liftgate service as well will make it more expensive. So going back down to where I have the delivery cost. Once you add all these things up, like I said, the inbound cost is around $1,900. We're going to have to charge a little bit for assembly, and then installation, that's going to cover mileage to get to Hot Springs, Arkansas, meals for the guys if they are staying overnight, things like that. And then outbound, like I mentioned, a good chunk of that, you know, probably somewhere around $900, maybe, because we would have to freight those used items that we talked about. But also, when it comes to the inside delivery, many times we're able, if we have enough heads up, we can pair that delivery with other deliveries and make it even cheaper. So we want the delivery cost to be as small as possible. You know, we're a capital equipment company that we're much more focused on trying to get you good deals on both new and used equipment and save you as much as possible with the delivery, but get great services.